Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, good. That popped right up. I'm going to get the volume off of there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live today. I have some tea. That's what I'm drinking today. It is a beautiful, rainy, stormy, cold day. And y'all know that I love those days. It has finally, winter has finally shown up in California. So I am ecstatic. So I'm having tea. It's cold now, but it was at one point hot. That's okay. And we have some things to go through. I've missed you guys. Hello, Kathy. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, this is a new feature. I'm going to go ahead and share that. I'll say, hold on one second, guys. Come join me on my Facebook page for some fun, creative projects. Okay, let's do that. It has been a long time. It's been a little over a week. Hello. Hi, Myra. I think you emailed me. I will get back to you. I think I have an email sitting in my inbox from you, and I will get back to you. So no worries. Hi, Julie. Hi, Linda. Hi, Robin. Oh, you upgraded. So you got the Cricut Maker. Robin, that's exciting. I used my Cricut Joy, you guys, to label a bunch of stuff in my office. I just was like, in fact, I have one of the little slips here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Let me just show you. Let's spend a few minutes catching up. Yeah, I don't know that you can really see it, sort of. I have all these labels sitting here, and I used my Cricut Joy to, I do, Kathy, I do. I'm going to talk about that. So I'll put your name on one. You got it. I have one left, maybe two. I'm not sure that Sharon has paid yet. So, I'll put your name on it. I just like got in this mood and I was like, I think I'm going to like try to label this. And I had some vinyl and stuff that I got with my Cricut Joy, and oh man, did I have fun, doing that. So let's catch up and let me tell you what's been going on. So it has been a little while since I jumped on here and chatted with you guys and crafted with you guys, and nothing's wrong. Nothing is happening. I just had my paper party and club and Blessed2Craft club that I needed to get out, and I just had to like let everything else go. I really needed to dive in and get it done. And the paper party, I had a ton of stuff to film and PDFs to create, and there literally just was not enough time to do anything else. So I didn't. So everything's good and I'm back. All the paper party packs have gotten mailed out, and Kathy just popped on here and she said she was interested because you might have seen my post that I had 3 people that did not pay for their party pack, and I had already, that has never happened. I've never had that many people. Every once in a while, there's somebody that has an issue or something, which I totally understand. But I've never had 3 people not pay, and it was like over $150 in product. So I popped up a post that just said, hey, if you're interested, I have these, I mean, they're literally already packaged up, already. The kits are already cut. Everything's already done. I just want to recoup the product cost. So I had popped a post up there, and I had Caroline reach out to me and purchase one. Sharon wanted some more information, and then Kathy just claimed the last one. So I appreciate that, you guys, so much. I was sick over the loss of product, the loss of money. If it had just been one, I just would have done a giveaway and been like, come join us. Like, this will be fun. But for it to be 3, that was a lot. So thanks, Kathy. I will invoice you right when I get done with this, and I will send it out. You're always really great about paying right away. So I will invoice you, and then I will send it out today. And then the party is the 5th and the 6th. So that's fantastic. So thank you so, so much. Hi, Susan. Robin said part of the reason for it for use with children once I'm teaching, working towards your credentials. Yeah, it's great. It is great for classroom stuff. I used to teach Sunday school, and so using it for that kind of stuff was always fun. I just love it. I'm glad you upgraded. Hey, Martha. She said, I meant a long time for me to log on, but nice to hear your voice again. Oh, thanks, Martha. I know it's been a little bit. So today what we're going to do is we are going to do our Blessed2Craft projects. If you are part of Blessed2Craft, that is my club that I do. It is a monthly club. You get 3 projects. We make them live here on the 28th of each month. You get a printed PDF, and then you get some product. You get $20 worth of product. So starting in February, that price is going up unless you've already signed up. So if you're already signed up, you're paying $25 a month. You're getting $20 in product. Shipping is astronomical, and it has gone up again. So my club will be going to $30 a month. If you're already paying, nothing is going to change for you. You don't have to worry about it. And then if you've been a part of the club for 6 months, you get a 6-month gift of $15 in product. And so it is really fun to be a part of. I love it. You also, when you are part of Blessed2Craft, you get a bonus project each month. When I'm done with this video, I will be sending out an email. I'll do a live in our Blessed2Craft Facebook group, which is exclusive of the bonus project. And then I'll send an email out with all of the information. So I love it. That's what we're doing today. I want to share a few things with you guys. I got this little tiny order in the mail, and this is actually items that I earned for free from one of the demonstrators in our group. And I got this celebration item. I got the Oh So Ombre free celebration designer paper. We just found out this last week that this is the #1 selling product for celebrations. And I didn't have this. I hadn't gotten it. I don't love this paper, and I'm shocked that it's #1. So I would love to know in the comments, have you guys gotten this paper yet? And do you love it? Or is there another celebration paper that you love? I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it just, out of the offerings, it's not my favorite. So I thought that was funny that it was #1, the #1 selling product. So I got that, and then I got this and the dies to go with it. I wanted to open this up. I was excited to get this because I am doing a demonstrator only event at the beginning of March, and I'll be sharing that with some details, and we're making two or 3 projects with this set. So it's called Creative Escape. It is something that I've put together for a couple demonstrator groups, and it is like a retreat in a box, and you get, we're making, I want to say 8 or 10 projects, and then it's an all-day event. And it takes place on Facebook. Everything's recorded. If you can't make it, there's giveaways, lots of fun stuff. So I'm excited to get this today because I need to design those projects. I know what they're going to be, but I got to put them together. So there's that. And then I forgot that I added these to that order that I had earned. I earned like $60 in product, which is always nice when you earn the product. And these are the mini boxes. Let's see how these go together. So I'm assuming that's what I'm gonna need. Okay. So let's see how these go together. These are the mini Valentine's Day boxes. And I might use these as our bonus project this month for Blessed2Craft. So I'm just gonna fold all these pieces. And then I think this opens up like so. Okay. Now let's see if I can do this without even looking at the, where do these flaps go? I forget what these even look like. Huh. It looks like, does that hook in? Let me see. Robin said, doesn't look special to me either. I'm sure you're talking about the paper. I got it, but I don't know what to do with it. Is that the stamp set or the paper that you don't know what to do with? Okay, so I think something goes like this. Okay, I do not, is there instructions in here? The DSP. Yeah, I'm going to show you a card I did with it. I'm not sure how this box goes together, you guys. I thought it would be really, like, it would just, you would just fold it. This is the size of it. So I'm feeling like, what is this flap? I'm feeling like if it was just this, am I doing it like, no, it has to be this way. Huh. Well, I'm going to have to figure this out and then I'll do a video on it, because if I've struggled this much, certainly somebody else has too. How weird. What is this flap for? Oh, maybe it goes. I know you guys are probably, there's probably one of you that is like, it's so easy. What are you doing? Is it like thicker than I thought? Like, is it higher than I thought? You know what? I think this is thicker than what I thought it was. I feel like that must go there. It must. The last long flap goes in last. Fold in the sides. The two short sides go in first. So these go in first. Oh my. Oh my, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out and then I'll show you guys. Because that's a little complicated. Or maybe I haven't had enough caffeine. Has a double bottom. Oh, maybe I should just try to do this with you guys. It has a double bottom. It has a double bottom. These. So is this right, you guys? Is this right? The sides? Oh my gosh. I know you guys are probably like, it has a double bottom. This is the weirdest box I've ever put together. No. Put the really short tabs inside. The really short tabs inside. Or these. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, you guys, I promise. I'll post a picture when I figure it out. So one of the things for the paper party that we're doing is sharing cards done with the celebration paper. And here is the card I did with this ombre paper. So this is the Bermuda Bay piece. And I did this one. There's a video showing these in the paper party itself. So there's that one. I actually really loved the way this one came together. Then there is this one here. I love the bling in the flowers. I know, Julie. I know you guys are all just laughing with me. Bridget said, it's simple when you know how. And then Kay said, once you get it, you'll go, oh, like, you know, okay, get it. Yeah. I don't want to waste your guys' time with me fiddling with it. But I will post a picture once I get it. Okay, so there's this one, and then this one is with the Berry Blessings. Now, I've used the Berry Blessings paper a ton, so I have lots of cards with it, but this one is the one that we're sharing in the party. And then the Field and Flower paper is this one, and this one is almost my favorite one that I created out of this the set of 4, because I love how I did the rhinestones, which this is very different for me, you guys. You'll know as you've watched me for a while, this is different for me, but it looks almost like a buckle, which I thought was so cute. So those are the 4 celebration cards that we'll be sharing in the party. Fun, right? So let's go ahead and get started with our Blessed2Craft projects. This month, I wanted to do something that was Valentine's Day-ish, but wasn't traditionally red and pink and happy Valentine's Day. Not everybody gives cards for Valentine's Day. In our home, we've always celebrated Valentine's Day as a way just to share God's love with people. It's never been like, oh, happy Valentine's Day. Even if we're using that sentiment, we have always taught our kids that it is just a fun day to share with others that you love them and that you appreciate them and that you're thinking of them. And we also typically, like, my husband does not bring me like flowers home on Valentine's Day. Like, we've never been like those kinds of people. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but we've just always chosen to look at it as like the bigger picture of it. And I decorate the house for Valentine's Day. I do like winter/Valentine's Day. So I leave all my snowmen up. From Christmas, we leave the like black and red plaid up, and then I sprinkle in Valentine's Day-ish stuff. And I got a heart pillow once, a fuzzy heart pillow for the couch, and then Violet stole it. And it has lived on her bed ever since she stole it, and she won't give it back to me. So I wanted something that was a little bit non-traditional. So this is what we're going to do. And there's a whole bunch of, I guess I'm just going to take all of this out. Look, I'm just going to shake it all out. I'm going to put this all in a pile because it was all coming out anyways. So what I wanted to mention to you guys is when you get your kit, all of your pieces for each card are inside your card. So when you pull out your kit, typically what you'll pull out is the card bases like this, and they're attached with envelopes, like the envelope is with them. And then when you open up your card, then you will see your pieces for that card. So be careful when you're opening up your kits, and so that all the pieces, and there's lots of hearts and stuff in your guys' kits this month because I went a little bit crazy cutting all of the hearts, and I gave everybody lots of variety with your hearts. So for instance, like this one here, maybe you mix and match and you do, another pink one. Instead of 3 blue ones, you do a pink one, and maybe here you do a blue one. I wanted you guys to have lots of options in making your cards. Thanks for joining us, Jenny. Glad you're here. Yeah, I love all of these. So let me give you guys let me show you what we're making. And also, you may have different colored card bases. For instance, there is this card here, and I think it either has a smoky slate card base or maybe even a gray granite. I ran out of all of my cardstock all at once. Like every time I went to go grab a pack of cardstock to package up a kit, I would not have enough. And I was like, it always happens that I run out of all of the cardstocks all at once. Probably because I order all at once. Like every few months, I just put in a big order, and it's like every cardstock in the catalog, and I just stock up on my cardstock. But it was kind of a nightmare this go around because of that. So you just have to, I swapped some things out, and it'll be totally fine. And then also, you, instead of having sequins, you have the black matte dots is what you have. And I don't have any of those. I only ordered enough to send out to everybody. So we'll be using sequins again. But if you're putting your kits together, just know that those black matte embellishments that you got are what we're using on here. So let's go ahead and get started. The stamp set that I'm using today is this one, which is not the most current one in the current mini catalog. I have that one as well that coordinate with these dies, but I wanted to use this one because the sentiments are a little bit smaller and worked better. So we will get started. So the first card that we are going to do is going to be this one. Now this is using Pretty Peacock cardstock. And I love this blue, you guys. You know, I'm a blue fan. So the Pretty Peacock, the Bermuda Bay, all of those I just love. And this is a really deep blue. I think you guys can see okay. I feel like the lighting in here is dark, but I think that it's okay on camera. I do love these colors as well, Kathy. And then what we have is Smoky Slate. And if you're part of Blessed2Craft, you get a PDF, a printed PDF in your package, so you don't even have to worry about printing one out. It has all of the measurements. So if you want to recreate any of these cards, you'll have the measurements. And I don't typically tend to remember to say all of the measurements when we're going through here. But if you just refer to that PDF, then you will be able to put these together. So I ran out of all of my adhesive. I'm so used to the seal now. I don't remember how to use my snail. I'm almost out of these snails. I didn't like run out where I didn't have any. I just needed to refill all my dispensers. So right in the middle of the paper party videos, I'm like scrambling for adhesive everywhere. Like every single one I grabbed was empty. So I just add this layer here. And then the two die cuts that I have are from the heart. All of these hearts, so you can see, all of these hearts that you see are from the current heart die cut in the occasions catalog. And they have all these different sizes. These are adorable. I love all these small ones. And I love that these small ones are like a little whimsical. Like they're not just this typical kind of blunt heart. They have this like whimsical feel to them, which I really love that difference in them. And then there's part of the die that does this. So it's two of the hearts together. And like I said, I just went crazy die cutting all of these hearts. And you could do these in tons of different colors. You guys know that one of my favorite things to do is to have my basket of die cuts. And this is from Mini Messages. And you could do, I'll do the same thing where I will put all these hearts in a little Ziploc like this and then just keep them, you know, I'll just set it right there. You could do it with all the different colors. I'll probably cut a bunch in white because you can always color your white heart to match whatever project you're doing. So instead of feeling like you have to cut every single color of cardstock in these die cuts, just cut a bunch in white and have them on hand. And then when you need to use them, either color them with your ink by pressing the die cut into your ink. Like, I'll just show you. If this was white and I wanted it to be a color, you can press it in like this and it will color it. And it will fade back. That's really dark because I'm really pressing it in, but it will fade into that color. Or you could color it with your markers. Or you could also take your Wink of Stella or a blender brush or a watercolor brush, and you could add color. Now this is a really large heart, so you know, maybe you wouldn't want to do this large of a one like that, but certainly these little ones you could totally do that with. So that's always a tip too. Just cut a bunch in white, and then you'll be able to use them a ton. Okay, so here's our card base. Oh, I need the designer paper. That would help, right? Okay, so everybody in their kit got a set of the designer paper. And of course, I'm using all of my circle punches. Yeah, you need the 2.5. So this is the designer paper. This is the True Love designer paper. And it's black and white and has these great designs. I'm going to use a couple different designs so you can see different ways this card comes together. So the first one, we will use this one, and I'm going to punch out. I think this is the right size. We shall see. Yeah. So this is a 2.5-inch circle punch. I just love my circle punches. I love them. We're going to add that there. And then our heart is going to go here. Let me see if this other side, I think maybe the other side would look better. I think I need a smaller circle. I think it might be this 2-inch. This, or it might be a 2 1/4. Okay, it must be 2 1/4. Let me find, oh, there's my 2 1/4. I bet it's this one. Yep, it's this one. Okay, that's better. And then I have this little stitched white circle. We're gonna stamp our sentiment on it. Don't know. It might be this one. So let's stamp our sentiment. This one's going to say love you lots. And these cards, I mean, you could use them for anything. It doesn't just have to be Valentine's Day. It could be a birthday. It could be a just because card. It could be wishing somebody good luck. I mean, there's a ton. So we have love you lots in this pink. This is Blushing Bride. And then we're going to take another design. And I think this is... Okay, so this layer is perfect. Is there anything more satisfying than when something layers together really, really perfectly? So let's add dimensionals. To this. And then you guys know my love for sprinkling things all over a card. Okay, so that's perfect. This is from the Stitched Shaped dies. Okay, can you guys see that okay? All right, let's use the grid mat. And then... So we're just using the same designer paper, or the same sheet. One has this floral. And you could color this. You could color this with your ink and your Wink of Stella, or with your blends. If you do it like this with your Wink of Stella and your ink, you're gonna get a really beautiful watercolor look, so you're not even gonna have to be all that careful. See how I allowed, like, see how I do it a little bit darker right over here in this area, and then I leave this light, and then let's do the same thing. Like, let's do this one dark over here on the edge, and then let's just pull the ink in and then leave that edge a little bit lighter. And then like that. I mean, so you're going to get this really beautiful look. And then once that dries, it'll be flat, but you'll get a little glimmer and a little color. And you could do that with any color. I mean, you could do it with red. You could do it with, you know, another pink, a darker pink. You could do several colors. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to, I think, try to move this because I don't think I like it there. Okay. And then I guess let's do dimensionals on the heart too. This is a basic gray heart. I went through so much basic gray cardstock. It seems like everything I've created in the last, I don't know, month, like I've used basic gray on. We'll add that there. And then I'm going to do this one up here because I did this one a little lower, and you guys will just be able to see a couple different ways to put this together. My hope is that you guys will get the kit, and then this can be a jumping off space for inspiration. Okay, so next, let's take some of these hearts and let's use pink over here. And this is me totally sprinkling them on the card like I love doing. So let's put that there, and then maybe find a, let's do a mini blue one up here. And then let's do a blue one there. Okay. So then all we're going to do is add a little bit of adhesive and put these on here. So I feel like anytime you make a card like this where you're sprinkling things around, it's probably going to come out different every time you make the card. Unless you're really very specific. You know, you can make it exactly, but, you know, just be creative. Cut out a bunch of hearts and then have fun with them. And liquid glue is going to work best on these. I guess you could pop them up with mini dimensionals. I don't tend to like to pop up really small things. I don't know. I just get annoyed, to be quite honest. And you can emboss the background. So there's this one, and then look at this one. So slightly different. I feel slightly annoyed that I feel like it's a little, I guess it's the same closeness. I wonder if I was annoyed when I did that. Let me grab my black sequins. So you'll use your matted dots if you got those in the kit. I'm going to use these mini sequins. And you don't even have to use those sequins. I mean, it's totally cute without it. And there's one of my hairs. All the stress that we've all been through the last 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, 7,000 years has caused me to lose my hair. I've lost like 50% of it. And it happens. It's okay. Okay, so then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. So every time I turn around, there's hair everywhere. Okay, so add a little shimmer to this. And then I'm not going to do the gray one. I'm getting a little carried away. It's been a while since I crafted. So I'm wondering if I can successfully put some polka dots on here without ruining my project. I might have ruined it. But, I mean, you don't know till you try. You just have to try. And go for it. Yeah. I mean, it's not horrible. I don't think it's necessarily like the best polka dot job I could have ever done, but There you go. Hey, Sarah. So there's that one. And we'll let that dry over here. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is going to be this one. And I think these are the ones my pieces fell out. Okay, so for our designer paper, we're gonna pick some designs. I want to do, so we used that one, so let's pick some different ones. This one I'm gonna use on the next card, so let's set that aside. Let's do, let's do these two. And then let's do, I think there's a polka dot one in here. There it is. So we're gonna need to trim. These I need to be specific on. I don't have the PDF sitting in front of me, unfortunately. Okay, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna cut both of these pieces at once. And what was that? See, I already forgot the measurement. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 inch. It's easier to do it this way. And then by 3 inches. So we can just cut this in half. And then we'll have 4 pieces because you need 4 pieces to complete this. And you could do 4 totally different designs, or you could do what I'm gonna do and just use 2. So then I have a smoky slate piece, and what we're gonna do is layer these right on here. Now you could just do this. Oops, I think, is something wrong or not here? Oh no, I don't think so. Okay. Or you could do all different. Like you could add, so then let's do, oh, see, I think I'm just going to do this just because of the design, the way they're designed. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's put some adhesive on here. And then what I want is to add, this made me think of, did you guys ever see that movie Edward Scissorhand? Do you remember that? That was like, that's a blast from the past right there, you guys. But that's what it made me think of. And then, am I in view here? It might not be. And just, oh, look what I did. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's. Oops. Okay, so there's that. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Renee and Cindy. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so now we have, this is a Blushing Bride card base. Okay. And then this is going to go right in the middle, which this is a really easy way to get started with a card, is by doing like a 3x4 thing in the middle of the card, and it can go this direction. It can go this direction. Let's do it this direction just so you guys will have an idea of how you can do these a little different. I like to give you guys lots of ideas to help get you started. I feel like I'm missing a thing. I am. I'm missing this layer here. So this is just a 1/4 inch taken off. This is basic gray. You could emboss this piece with the subtles embossing folder or polka dots or even hearts. That would be really super cute. for the sake of time, we're not going to. And then let's put it this way. And then we have this, which is from the Stitched Nestled Dies. And we are going to stamp our sentiment. We're going to use Pretty Peacock. And then this really cute sentiment. I need a smaller block. Roses are red, violets are blue. Violet would get a kick out of this stamp because it has her name on it. She gets a kick out of it when it has her name. It's smeared a tiny bit, but that's okay. Julie said they are absolutely the same as embellishments. Oh, wait, I'm missing some comments. Robin said, I looked it up, but still looks... Oh, wait. Did I miss a question, you guys? Hey, Bobby. Let me see. I might have missed a question. I've seen collection referring to pieces in collections as ephemera. How is that different than... It's really not. Ephemera is just... Sometimes ephemera will have different types of embellishments. So typically if I say, oh, I'm using these sequin embellishments, they're just sequins. Ephemera can have like cutouts and die cuts and sequins, and it can be a mix. That's typically how I've always kind of thought of it when it says ephemera compared to just an embellishment. I hope that maybe kind of helps. Carol said, love the cards. Love that you are so down to earth and honest. Oh, thanks, Carol. Hey, Daisy. I didn't see you pop on here, but hello. I'm glad you're here. And then I think that's what you guys are talking about. Sorry, I missed that. I know I'm dating myself. That's okay. That's okay. I know my kids wouldn't even know if, I mean, they would have no idea. I mean, I haven't seen that in... I mean, probably 30 years I haven't seen that. Maybe not quite that long. Maybe like 25. Let's not push it. But you guys know. So this one, I'm not going to do over the edge. You'll see in my other card. But you're going to see. And then I'm going to do this sequence on the edge here. And, I mean, you guys that see me every week know, like, is there any other way that I ever use embellishments? I mean, I really shocked myself in the celebration video I did for the paper party to be able to, I totally used embellishments in a different way. And I was shocked because y'all know that I just like to do it the same way. So there's this direction of the card, and then here's this direction of the card. So it's very similar. You're just flipping it. Right? Just the same. Just flipping the design. So any of these you could do that with. Oh, there was more to your comment, Robin. I'm sorry. It says, don't shop for scrapbooking supplies the way I used to. So many daily deal sites have shut down, and the only thing I ever see is at Ross is slim pickings, if anything at all, though there are a lot of Bible journaling items. There are, and you know, you guys, I just started getting into Bible journaling. I got a new Bible a couple weeks ago, and I'm doing a Bible study with a friend. We do it over an app. We live like 100,000 million miles away from each other, but we just do it over the app, and it's so fun. And I started thinking, how could I use my Stampin' Up supplies for Bible journaling? Like, how could I use my stamps? I'm not artistic. Like, I'm not an artsy kind of person. I can't draw. I can't, I can do a little bit of hand lettering because my handwriting, it's always been like a fun thing for me. But I started thinking, like, is there things I could just use that I already have? And I'm kind of having a little bit of fun with it. It's been sort of a new thing. So let's look at the very last card we're going to make. Let me set this aside. And it is this card right here. This one's fun. I really loved doing this. So we're going to use this design here. And let me grab my trimmer. Here it is. And for this card, well, let me trim this first. I think it's, let me measure because this is a pretty precise one too. I think it's an inch. Nope, glad I measured. It's 3/4 of an inch. So we are going to need 1, 2, and 3. And then let's see how long we're going to need these. Like 3.5. Glad I cut 3. Oh, I'll have to look into that, Robin. I've never heard of that one, of that particular Bible. So now we're going to do 3.5. Okay, so this is where it gets kind of fun. Now, if you don't have this particular punch, you guys can do this by hand. It's not, I'll show you how to do it by hand, but this punch is fun. So it's this punch. This is the triple banner punch, I believe is what it's called. You open it up, and then you're going to flip it over to see the end. And then what we're going to do is pick, I want this design to be this flagged piece. We're going to flip it over, and this way we can, oh, you can't see it. I guess we don't need to flip it over. I guess just by pressing it. Oh yeah, you can see it. I was like, why isn't this working? And then you just punch. And then let's do another one that way, press it in there. So you can do, this is, okay, this is 3/4 of an inch, and then there's a spot for a 1 inch. Okay, and then we'll flip, it doesn't matter if we flip it over or not, you don't have to flip it over, but I just, for the sake of me knowing what I'm doing. I think that got a little off. Yeah, that's better. So how fun is that? So if you don't have the punch, you will just use your scissors. Just use your snips. Don't you love them? Aren't they fun? I just love doing this. And I love sitting and die cutting a bunch of stuff so that I have it on hand. So if you don't have the triple banner punch, all you're going to do is do it by hand. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, this is not Hallmark. It's totally fine. Like, that's a little bit of a deeper angle than this, but it's fine. That would totally work. If you want to do a flagged in, what I like to do is hold my paper whenever I'm doing these flagged ends. Hold your paper between your thumb and your finger, and then use this finger here to hold your, to not hold your scissors, but to balance your scissors. So can you guys see that? I know it might be a little bit hard, but I'm just resting my scissors on this finger. So then when I come in, I'm not, it's like not all wonky. I have some control. So then what I like to do is first snip down the middle. Okay. And then rest your hand, you know, your scissors on your hand, and then that gives you so much more control, and then you'll just flag your end, and then you'll get a much cleaner, straighter flagged end than if you're just like cutting down from the, like if you just try to cut down from the middle, sometimes it doesn't line up, and that's pretty good, but sometimes it won't line up exactly, especially if your paper is dark and you can't see where you're cutting. Okay, that was a really long explanation for that. Okay, so for this last card, instead of having a basic gray card base, you're going to have a smoky slate or a gray granite if you got the kit, okay? And inside are all your pieces. And again, you may have a gray granite piece. And so we want to layer these two pieces together. Like so. And then I am going to go ahead and stamp on this. Now what I'm going to do is take this longer sentiment, and this is designed to fit this sentiment. So the way I got this piece is by knowing how I wanted my sentiment to fit on there. And let's go ahead and grab basic gray ink. Oh, thanks, Renee. That is what I hope to do. I hope to help you guys find tips and tricks that will help you to create more and use the stuff that you have, right? And I sometimes get frustrated with myself that I want all the new things and I buy all the new things, and I feel like I don't always use all the things I need to use all the time, right? So I'm going to stamp that on the bottom there, and there's a little bit, you know, of a edge, but that's how I designed this piece, if you're wondering the thought process that goes into designing it. I just got my nails done this week, so it's hard to pick stuff up right now. Okay, so this can go flat, so we'll just add some adhesive. And I'm going to put it on the edge here. Now, I definitely will say I wish I would have had a basic gray card base. Even though that looks totally fine, it's not a big deal. I much prefer, I guess that's the better word I'm looking for, I prefer to have the dark and then the pink and then the light. Okay, so next, we're going to use where the sentiment is to start our pieces of designer paper. Right? So we're just going to stack them. And we're not popping them up. I thought about it, but I felt like I might not be able to get them stacked straight enough if I was stacking them. If I had dimensionals on them. I really wanted to be able to get this lined up really well. I'm leaving a tiny piece, you know, like a tiny border. I want to say gutter. That's kind of what, like, the gutter in between. But that's not a very, I don't know, appealing word, I don't think. Okay. Like so. Next, we're going to take 2 of the hearts and we're just going to attach them. So I want to pop up this gray one. Like so. Valley, that's a better word, Renee. I'm going to start using that one. Valley, that's way better. Here's another movie. Do you guys remember Valley Girls? Is that the right title for that? That was really, really, I don't think I ever saw that movie, but I feel like it was around the time of my teens. Okay, so we put a little bit of glue on there, and then we're going to add that. And then I can just add a few embellishments. And again, if you got the kit, go ahead and use those matted. Do I have enough sequins out here? I might have to dump out a few more sequins. I think I need a few more sequins. The sequins totally work, but those matted, black matted embellishments are really beautiful. I just shorted myself a couple when I ordered. It never fails. Every single order I place, I do something wrong. I order the wrong color cardstock, or I short myself something, or, you know, it happens. Okay, so let's put the X-Acto knife away and the glue away. And then this, I did this card exactly, pretty much exactly. Like, except for it just has that gray. The gray is different. You know, I never did Renee, but I do know that series. But you know which one that I really was into, at that age was the Babysitter Club books. I loved those. I absolutely loved them. I've had this like secret hope that Kayla would get into those books, but I just think it's a different time, right? Like it's a different, like generation. Like she just doesn't, you know, she never really did get into them, but I loved them. Oh, Carol said she thinks the black dots are on back order. That may be. I haven't checked the back order list recently. Let's see. Yeah. So let's look at all of these together. A couple of them came out different. I actually don't know if I can get them all in the frame here. I know that's a little bit out of frame. And then those. So these will be great in my stash. I think they're great colors. I think that they're not overly like girly cards. You could totally give these to a dude if you wanted. Not that it always matters, but you know, if you're thinking about that kind of thing, I love that. I have to tell you guys a little story. So we're in the car on Monday, and I say to my husband, I need to pick up a bouquet of flowers because it was Miss Vicky's birthday at the school on Friday, and I missed it. It was her 50th birthday. I totally missed it. I want to get her a bouquet of flowers, so let's make sure we do that. He says to me, do you want me to pick out a card too? I was going one place, he was dropping me off, and then he was going another place. And I said, like, pick up the flowers before you come back and pick me up. And my husband said to me, do you want me to buy a card? I looked at him and was like, and he's like, what? Like he was thinking like he's just trying to be helpful. Like, did I forget something? And I'm like, are you kidding me? No, I don't want you to buy a card. Like, it's my entire job to make cards. So it was so funny. He was like, just looked at me like, oh, I guess. It's like, what do you think I do? Like, it was just a moment. But, yeah, he asked me if I needed him to buy a card. So it's dried, somewhat, and you can see it's a little curled. But if you put it on your paper, it would flatten right out. And if you need to uncurl it, you can just, this is how I just uncurl it. And see? Perfectly flat. Oh, Carol, maybe. I'm going to have to ask him now because when I said to him, what do you think I do? Like, I have, like, no, I'll get a card out of my stash. He was like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, he didn't, you know, but maybe he was thinking that, like a card, like a little card that would go into the bouquet. How funny. Maybe it is just a guy thing too. You know, one of those things. So I love the way that this came out. You could do the colors on any of the designs on this paper, particularly this one. You could also, I've shown coloring these floral images in with blends, and then you could cut these out. This is a really great image to cut out. So you could totally do that. This is great paper to have. You guys know, since I've redone my office, in the teal and black and white, I'm always excited for black and white paper that I can keep in my stash for different things. And the reason I do that is because this is a perfect example. So I have the mini emboss, cut and emboss machine. It's this little tiny one, and you open it up, and then it has the plates, you know, these plates go with it. And you can see I've totally used this already, but it comes with the plates. And I have this sitting here on my desk, and on my island in the middle of my room. And I wanted some place that I could keep these plates that would keep them up off my desk. And then also I finally put over here scratch paper. I cut this off another big pad of paper that's on my desk. And I thought, oh, this is great for scratch paper, because you guys know that I am forever grabbing just cardstock and using it as scratch paper. And so I needed a little something to kind of hold this. And I have a box of items that are like organizational items. And this is actually an old Project Life by Stampin' Up box. It's like the bottom part of the box. I pulled it out. I wrapped some paper around it. And then this sits perfectly in that box right by my trash can. You guys will see this when I do the tour of my island, but that's why I keep this kind of paper on hand, because then it matches my room. I spent $0 on the container, and it's absolutely perfect. So I always like to have paper on hand for different things like that. Julie said, okay, so Bobby said, very cute. Thank you so much. Julie said, when you mail cards that are thicker, how do you know how much postage to put on them? So typically, when I'm mailing cards, none of these cards are terribly thick. Now, I did just have a card that had ribbon and it was tied in a bow. In fact, I gave it to somebody today. If it's that thick, like that probably would be too thick for just a regular stamp. So I choose to not send those through the mail. I'll choose to those are the ones I hand deliver. But just using dimensionals isn't going to make your card so thick that just a regular stamp won't work. So I guess my particular answer for that is I just try not to send anything really thick. I'll just hang on to those to either include in like card kits that I send out where I'm sending it already in a padded envelope, or I will choose to use those to hand deliver to people. And then, like I said, like none of these that we made, even this one that's popped up twice, none of these are going to be too thick that they can't go through the mail. You can also ask your post office for they have a template that they use to slide mail through. And if it goes through the slot, then there's like different, I think there's like 2 or 3 on the template. And it's also wide, like the slit. I hope I'm explaining this right. The slit is both wide and then deep, and they slide your mail through that if they're concerned. And if it slides through, then it just takes the stamp. And you can actually ask your local post office for one of those templates, and they will provide you with one, and then you can have it on hand. Sometimes if I am concerned, I will ask them, like, will this go through before I stick a stamp on it? And then if not, then I just ask them to weigh it and tell me how much postage I need. But normally, you guys know my cards are really, really simple. Not for that reason, but that is one of the reasons. Like, I don't want to have to think about it. And so I try to keep them simple. I do sometimes make my own envelopes if it's needed. But more so, not necessarily to send a card, more for like fun, crafty projects. Like if I want to make an envelope to put in my memory keeping or like on a memory keeping page, or if I want to do it as a treat to like go with something. I have the Stampin' Up! Old envelope punch board. That they don't sell that one anymore. It's like it was just like a standard We Are Memory Keepers one. I actually don't recommend that one. There's actually a different one that is much better. And I'm not positive the name of it, but I could, if you email me, if you really wanted to know, I could email you what it is. It's not a Stampin' Up brand. It's not something Stampin' Up carried. It just has more features and I feel like it's easier to use. But they're really easy. Like the instructions on them are really, really easy. At Xmas, I had to add 2 stamps plus 30 more for them to hand, because your card was hand stamped, Julie. Oh, your Xmas cards, like your Christmas cards. Hey, Mom. My mom just popped on here. Hey, Monica. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, it could have been because they were too heavy or they were too thick. That's a lot of times. It's more so that they're too thick and then they can't go through the machine. That's the issue with them. Not so much the weight of them, but if it's too thick, it has to be hand processed. So then you have to pay more to have them hand processed. Yeah, so that you can ask them. I mean, you can go in and our post office is really small and everybody, they know me because I'm there every day. And so they're really good about just telling me like, oh, that's going to be more postage. If everybody could do me a favor and share this video and hit the like button, that would be great. The little, that you like the video and share it if you could. It will just help my page analytics to show up and it will help you guys to get notifications when I'm going live. So that would be great. Oh, the embellishments too, Julie. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like that can, yeah, just be careful with it. So those are the cards for Blessed2Craft. If you got the packet for it, then you will get an email from me in a little while, and it will have this video linked. I have to download it, save it, upload it to YouTube. I have to go through all the things. And then you'll get an email with the linked video. And then also I'm going to jump on our Facebook group. I have to charge my phone because it's almost dead. And then I will jump on our Facebook group and I will do our bonus project and you will get a link for that as well. And then if you haven't signed up, I would love for you to sign up and I will leave a link in the description if you're interested in signing up. When you sign up, you get 3 projects. So this month it was 3 cards. You get 3 project kits and then you will also get $20 in product. So this month's product was the designer paper, the black matted dots, and then the other product that everybody got that I did not use on my, oh, let me grab it. I did have a set of extra dots. Hold on 1 second. These are the dots. I just had them shoved somewhere else. Now I wish I would have been able to use these on my project. So everybody got these, the paper, and then they got the twine. And we actually didn't use the twine on any of the cards because I didn't have the twine when I was designing the cards. But I thought that it went really well, so everybody got a set of that. So you get $20 in product. That includes shipping, and then you get the printed PDF, and then you get access to the bonus project. So it's a fantastic value. I would love for you guys to join. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll leave the link in the description. And wow, I think that is everything. I'm going to attempt to do a YouTube live tomorrow. Again, all my paper share is now done. Club stuff is done, so I can dive back into like normal content for you guys. So I will try to be live on YouTube tomorrow. And then I have several organizational videos that I have filmed and edited, and they will begin being released again on Saturdays. I have several spaces in my room that I'm still sharing with you guys, and I'm doing a minor tweak to a space you've already seen, and I'm going to share that with you guys. I ordered shelving yesterday for it, and my husband helped me measure everything and helped me come up with a plan, which he's always really great at. And so when we get those items and he hangs everything for me, I will share the tweak. It's just a minor tweak, but because I've shared my space with you guys, I want to share with you guys when I tweak something or change it around. And so I will do that. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks, Julie. I'm enjoying sharing the organizational aspects of my room. It's one of my favorite things to organize. I mean, I just wish I could organize everybody's craft room. Like, I think that would be I have a friend, Carrie, who will call me occasionally, and she'll be like, can you jump on FaceTime with me and help me organize my office? It's out of control again. And I actually, several years ago, I went and spent 4 or 5 days with her, and we redid her entire office. And it was so fun, you guys. We went to the Container Store. We had IKEA furniture. We put furniture together. We stayed up late at night, like putting furniture together and organizing things. And I had the best time. So I am tweaking. My mom asked what I'm tweaking, and it's actually the right in front of me. I'm looking at right now my Bermuda Bay wall, and on that wall, you guys have seen my pretty packaging storage, and then my IKEA unit that holds all of my 12 by 12 paper. The plan was always to have 2 IKEA units stacked on top of each other. I am adding that because my page protectors are getting ruined because I don't have enough space on there. And so they're bending and folding, and I can't have my page protectors ruined. It's driving me bananas to pull out a page protector and it be bent. And so we're adding that, and then we're adding shelving, like floating shelves to the wall, in between the bookshelf and the IKEA unit. So if you guys have seen that video, you'll kind of know why don't I just show you guys? Hello, we're on video. Why don't I just show you? Okay. So I think that'll be easier. So right here, see all my page protectors down here? They're bending. And I have some of these that belong down here, but because I don't have these in containers, so we're adding a 4 cube on top, which was always the plan, but I'm getting it from Walmart because it's the same dimensions as IKEA and it's cheaper. It's just out of stock right now. So we'll add that here. Then right here, see this mess right here? This is a mess. It is always piled up because it's the only place I have to pile stuff. My club stuff goes here. These are Valentine's Day treat things. This is a project I'm doing for my website for next month, right? It's a mess. But then all my filming equipment also stands up right here, and my trash is here. So the first thing we're doing is getting a wider shelf here that will extend it out. This one's 7 inches deep. The one I'm getting is going to be 15 inches deep. So I'll have more room to pile stuff. And then we will be putting floating shelves here. And they will be in between like this bookshelf and then the this. And then I will move all of my page protectors and stuff up. And I just ordered more of these from the Container Store so that my page protectors are not bending. And the problem is that I don't have enough room. This isn't even this is all page protectors, and this is page protectors, and it's not even all of my page protectors. See, there's page protectors here. It's something that I need to do. So I will share that with you guys when we do it. And then I have, let me just show you guys while we're here chatting really quick. I have a video to share with you guys that's all of this and what this all is and how it's all organized. I have a video of all of my desk area and how we built the desk and this space here and then this space here. So I have that video coming, and then one for my island, which is right here, which is really stacked up right now. So that's what's happening. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and doing these cards with me. And I will talk to you guys next week for sure. I will be live on Monday to hang out with you guys again and do something creative. Kathy, I will send you the invoice right now for that paper party pack. And I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.